Hi, it's Katrina from katrinagerman.com, and we are going to talk about MeetEdgar, an amazing way to automatically post content to your social media. Now, there are a lot of programs that do this for you. Hootsuite is one, Buffer is another. There's a whole list of them on katrinagerman.com. Really great programs, different pricing levels to help you automate the posting of your social media so that you can actually spend time doing the really good stuff on social media, which is engaging with people, interacting, having conversations, the important stuff behind social media, not just the posting, which is incredibly time consuming. So, one of the issues with MeetEdgar is the pricing. So I wanted to start off with that. It's $49 a month. That's American. And so it is a lot more expensive than a lot of the other programs. However, I use it because I just absolutely love it. I feel like the different things that it offers are worth it for me in terms of growing my online audiences as well as being able to find content very quickly to be sharing with people. So once you actually sign up and get into MeetEdgar, here's what you are looking at. There's a whole bunch of different options. Now, this is actually my MeetEdgar account. So you're actually seeing what it looks like behind the scenes for me and my posting. So one of the first things that they're going to do, now MeetEdgar has a great way of getting you all lined up and trained and getting everything set up for you. But I'll just take you through a run through as well. So the first thing is that you're going to want to be attaching your different social media accounts. Now, something to be noted is that Facebook actually wants you to be posting through Facebook. So they almost penalize using any of these posting accounts, whether it's Hootsuite, MeetEdgar, any of them. So I do post through my Facebook page, but I try to do as much live through Facebook as possible. So it's something to be thinking about that you may not want to be attaching your Facebook account. LinkedIn, I generally don't do that much posting through LinkedIn through MeetEdgar either, although I do have it set up in case I want to. Again, I like to do that live and just making sure that I'm saying what I want to for the LinkedIn group. But I do find it absolutely amazing for Twitter. It just really keeps my content flowing. And on days when I've fallen behind in choosing content to be posting that day, it will pick up the slack for me. How does it do that? Let's go over to, first of all, let's go into the schedule. So when you're actually going into your schedule, you can see this is basically how I have it set up so that it will go directly to all of these different sites at these different times. Now, a lot of people choose their times for tweeting. You can go to Twiria.com and hook up your Twitter account and find out the right time where your different Twitter followers are on, with the time when they're most likely on. So for me, that's who I chose for Twitter when the best times to be posting were Twiria.com. And then other times I was just picking because of I just get better luck when I post first thing in the morning in my time zone on Facebook and that sort of thing. So, first thing you want to do is just set up your schedule. How do you see posting? And you might want to take it easy at the beginning as you're getting used to it, maybe posting once a day until you get more comfortable, and then you can start posting more. Categories are an area. Now, MeetEdgar gives you several categories just to begin with. For me, I added several awesome tech tools, things that are interesting to me, things about Canadian entrepreneurs and their success stories. That's a really big, strong interest for me. Again, funding opportunities, that kind of stuff. I also added inspirational and funny, and that's where I put a lot of my just sort of generic quotes. People love them. I love them. They get me inspired some days, so I put them in there. Um, Now let's head right over into, so you have your categories set up, you have your schedule set up, you have your accounts set up. Let's go into feeds. Now this is one of my favorite parts of all of this. The feeds are basically where you are getting content from. Now, to prepare for this video, I actually cleared out a whole bunch of content. So it says no pending content. Usually when you come in here, it looks like this. Once you have your feed set up, you'll just have a ton of feeds brought in from all these different places that I'm going to show you how to set up. And then all you have to say is, yeah, I approve this. I want this to go out to people as tips on Twitter, or no, not into it. I'm going to delete this. So, anyway, this is, it's just an amazing way to get your content all in one place. So, I've got a couple things like I have Huffington Post, Inc.com. I really love Inc.com, Mashable, Lifehacker. But I'm going to actually show you how to add one. And now I want to go into CBC technology because I think that that's a really great one. And you can see the different feeds that I just pull in. So I'm just going to add a feed. Now, what you have to do too is you have to go into your Google and you then Google RSS feed and then pick whatever place that you want to go. So I did CBC RSS feeds because I wanted to get into their technology and science. So I am going to just copy this with Command C on my Mac. Head over here. No, that's not where I want to go, right there. And Command V to paste, put it in feed finder. There you go. So this feed is now going to be coming into my feeds. Everything that comes out by CBC about technology news will go directly into my feed, and I can decide whether I want to share it or not with my audiences. So for me, I'm going to put under awesome tech tools. Because I know that they do a lot of that type of programming and a lot of those types of articles. And I'm going to put it into pending content queue because I don't want it to go directly into my library. I want to be seeing what's going out. And then the accounts that can access it, definitely Twitter. And you know what? Sure, I'll do my professional Facebook page. I never post to my personal page through this. All right, so we've added those feeds. So now, whenever I want to be kind of looking and seeing what kind of content, if I'm wanting to freshen up the content that I have in my library, which I'll show you in a moment, as you can see that it already is pulling in information from that CBC feed. There's 20 different stories there. The FBI can't unlock the Texas church gunman's cell phone. No, I'm not interested in doing that. Training sheet to recognize Barack Obama. Interesting, but I'm not going to share. And you can see I can just continue and go through that kind of a process. And this is just a beautiful way to find content all in the same place as where I'm going to be posting it from. And man, is that a time saver. I just love this particular feature. So we got your feeds. You now know where your content's coming in, and it is amazing content. You're also putting out some of your own stuff from your blog posts, and you have an entire content plan, of course, right? Basically coming up with an idea of what types of things that you want to be sharing, what makes you unique online. And for me, on my Twitter feed particularly, I like to talk about women in business, women in technology. I like to talk about Canadian entrepreneurs, and I just like to talk about cool tech tools and just general business news that I think is interesting for people. So, for you, it's best before you even start coming up with your content to have just a general sense of what kind of things you want to be talking about that are going to help you meet your business goals. So, we've talked about accounts, categories, feeds, schedules. Let's get into the library. Now, the library is all the things that I've already approved. And so you can kind of go through, you can see the different things. I sometimes set them up separately for Twitter and for Facebook. And, actually, let me just do a little bit to clarify, too, how to get those in here. When I come to feeds, let's go and look at one that we do want to tweet about. No, I'm not interested in that. Well, this is interesting. The federal government's blocking social media users and deleting posts. Now, if I actually approve this is what it would look like in both of those accounts, and then it'll come over here to the library. So I'm not actually going to do that. I'd like to be pretty careful about the types of things that I am approving, but you can see the types of things that I did approve in the library, and they show up there. So I can go through and I can clean up if I want to get rid of some posts that don't make sense anymore or that I no longer am interested in. I can do that. Queue is you're going to be probably the place that you check in most once you get things set up. And basically, this is the thing, and this is what is going to be coming out on my social media feeds. I check in on this, just making sure that makes sense. And I love 5 ways to make social impact on my business. It's the sound of silence. I'm very happy with these posts. If I'm not, I just skip past them and it either skips them for that month, or sometimes I will just edit them and get rid of them out of my queue altogether because I'm no longer interested in those types of things being shared. So I love MeetEdgar. It takes care of a huge chunk of my work, which is posting to social media. It does take some time to set up to begin with. You're looking at probably about an hour to set up and about 3, 4 hours of just getting your content set up in the beginning. You don't have to do that all at once. You can come back every couple of days and get that set up. And then, regular updating, because you want to be sure that you're putting out relevant content. But once this is set up, I let this do the posting for me, particularly to Twitter. And then from there, it gives me the opportunity. I still check in on Twitter 2 or 3 times a day just to talk to people, to look at other people's posts, if there's any engagement, to chit chat back, and have conversations with people. But it really frees me up from finding content, picking when to post it. That work is done. Now I can really focus on the thing that I think is important about Twitter, which is the engagement with other people. So anyway, I am a huge fan of MeetEdgar, but again, there are a ton of other programs that can help you do this, whether it's you as a solopreneur or if you have a team member in charge of your social media. If they are doing it, they can program it ahead of time and you can take a peek at it to approve. There's a lot of different ways of doing this to make sure that you are putting out the right content for your company's brand to enhance and to potentially get more sales out of your social media, and which is an important thing for small business. You want to be looking at your return on investment. And so really, MeetEdgar is a great way to take care of a huge time consuming portion of social media and allow you to spend your time on the things that are more important, like engagement and having conversations with people. So have a great day. Check out MeetEdgar. Check out some of the other options for posting to social media. There's many, and you can find a list of them at katrinagerman.com. And come over to our Facebook page and have a conversation about this, because if you're doing something that you absolutely love, or you have a program that you love, or you have questions, please come on over and have this conversation. We want your business to succeed, and let's do this together and help each other to succeed. All right, girl, you've got this. Social media is now yours. You are going to make your business the most rockinest ever. And I know that some of these programs can help you. So you have a great day and check out the list. Have a good one.